Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at something pretty wild, how a new kind of AI teammate is poised to completely transform the way we all build software.
So, think about it. You've got this great idea, right? You sketch it out on a whiteboard, it looks amazing, but then what? Well, usually that's where the really hard part begins. That gap between a simple sketch and a real working app can feel like a huge, tedious journey of just endless coding and tweaking.
But what if you could just skip a lot of that? I mean, what if you could take that visual concept and turn it into actual working code, almost instantly, just from a single picture? Okay, so this is where OpenAI Codex comes into the picture. And it's not just another coding tool. You should think of it more like a creative partner, one that's just gained a new superpower. It can actually see.
All right, let's break that down. We know Codex is great at understanding and writing code, but this new multimodal capability, that's the real game changer. It means Codex can now process images, so you can literally feed it sketches, screenshots, design mockups, and it gets what you're trying to do.
To really see how powerful this is, let's look at a real-world example. The team at OpenAI took this travel app they built, called Wanderlust, and decided to give it a major redesign using this new tech.
And you're going to love how simple this process is. Seriously. Step 1. They just sketched their idea for a new home screen on a whiteboard. Nothing fancy. Then, they took a photo, wrote a really simple prompt telling Codex what to do, and that was it. They just let Codex handle the rest.
So what was the big idea? Well, they wanted to get rid of the boring, static list of travel destinations and replace it with something way more dynamic, an interactive 3D spinning globe. Make the whole experience of finding a new place to visit way more fun and immersive. And check this out. After getting the prompt, Codex just went to work. It figured out it needed libraries like Three.js, it generated all the code, and boom! The result? A fully interactive, animated 3D globe with tooltips and everything. Exactly what they'd sketched out.
Okay, pretty cool, right? But they didn't stop there. For the next challenge, they decided to add a completely new screen to the app, a travel log. Think of it like a personal dashboard where you can see all your travel stats. Now here's a critical detail. You know how important it is for apps to look good on your phone, right? Well, they made sure to tell Codex that. Just a simple instruction, right in the prompt, make sure the app is responsive on mobile.
And this is where things get kind of mind-blowing. Codex didn't just spit out the code and hope for the best. No, it actually checked its own work. It took screenshots of the app to see for itself if the layout looked right on both a big desktop screen and a small mobile screen. It was visually confirming its work before saying it was done.
So, the big question is, how is this even possible? How can an AI see its own code and check it visually, just like a human developer would? Well, the magic word here is multimodal. All that really means is that the AI can understand different kinds of information at the same time. It's not just looking at text, it's looking at the text and the image and putting them together to get the full picture of what you want.
And as one of the researchers at OpenAI put it, the whole point is to create a tight iteration loop. Basically, they want the model to do exactly what a good engineer does. Code something, look at it, see what's wrong, fix it, and repeat. Really, really fast.
So, this self-correction loop is the key takeaway. Codex literally opens the app in a browser, snaps a screenshot, compares that image to the goal you gave it, and if it's not right, it actually uses browser tools to debug and tries again. It keeps iterating until the UI is perfect. It's wild. Okay, so this Wanderlust demo is awesome, but this is way bigger than just one app. This really hints at a totally new way of building things. People are already running with this. Imagine taking a pile of raw data, like all the taxi rides in New York City, and just asking for a visual dashboard and getting it. Or, quickly spinning up little web apps for internal projects. You can even go from a napkin sketch to code or, and this is huge for designers, translate a polished Figma mockup directly into working components. What we're seeing here is a huge shift in what it means to build for the web. It's becoming less about the nitty-gritty of writing every single line of code and more about describing the outcome you want, about being the director, not just the builder. And look, even though this demo was all about web development, don't think it stops there. This whole visual feedback loop idea, it's basically a proof of concept. The same exact principles are already being explored for building native mobile and even desktop apps too.
It really points to a future where creating beautiful software is more like having a conversation. You express your creative vision, and your AI partner helps you bring it to life. So it leaves you with a pretty exciting question, right? If the process gets this easy, what will you build?